The JioStar Brand Spotlight is on Birla Opus.
Welcome to JioStar Brand Spotlight in association with ET Brand Equity. The IPL has always been a rich billboard where brands step up to make statements. It's dynamic, it's youthful, and it's where only the boldest campaigns stand out. This year, JioStar Brand Spotlight is back for its second season, giving select brands an opportunity to own the golden moments of Tata IPL 2025's opening match. It's not just about an ad, it's about creating a marketing moment that sticks. Birla Opus Paints is making a splash with their campaign this year. And the man behind the bold campaign, please meet Inderpreet Singh, Head of Marketing at Birla Opus Paints. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me here.
It's an absolute pleasure. We're looking forward to hearing more about your campaign.
Looking forward to having a chat about it.
Super. Now, to start off, tell me one thing that you knew this campaign had to absolutely achieve.
Talkability. That's the one thing we were trying, saying, let's get talkability, let's get our top of mind awareness. And it's so far, the start has been really good.
Now, what's the big picture idea behind the Tata IPL 2025 marketing strategy, and how does this campaign fit into the bigger vision for Birla Opus Paints?
I think perhaps I'll just step back a bit and give you a bit of a context. So we're just about a year old. We just started selling from April, Birla Opus Paints. It's the 11th or the 12th brand in the industry of paints. So the industry per se is also industry where there's a lot of inertia because people have been buying paints for ages, and it's not that you buy paint every single year. You buy once in 4 or 5 years. So people like to stick to the brands they actually usually buy. And you have legacy brands which are very strong in this market. Most of them are 70, 75 years plus. So our number one goal, marketing strategy, which we're kind of driving, is to get top of mind awareness so that we can, people remember us. Priming is happening, and then thereafter people buy. Added to that, we would also love if we can actually communicate why buy Birla Opus, why shift to it. This is in some sense what's driving our overall marketing strategy. Coming to IPL, I can't think of a better match made in heaven. Surely basis the reach that IPL gives. I mean, it's been on so many years, but consistently IPL is one marquee property that every year delivers, and delivers for a long period of time, almost 8 to 10 weeks. And the TVRs are 4+. I mean, nothing beats like IPL in this country. So the sheer reach that it gives us, it's as I said, a match made in heaven. Add to that is the fact that it's a marquee property. So coming on IPL also builds credibility. So our consumers, our ecosystem, our dealers, painters, since you're advertising on IPL, it builds credibility about brand and business as well. Last but not the least, this is a cricket-loving nation. Everyone who watches cricket actually leans in and watches, and that's when you want your brand to be present. So with all of this put in together, we thought IPL and us made a lot of sense.
Well, that's a fantastic point that you made about how everyone who watches cricket leans in, they're fans and become fans by association of brands that really stand out. So in a space where you have to stand out, you have to make a mark, what is the brief that you gave to the agency and how did the campaign take shape?
That's a very interesting conversation. Like I was telling you, the issue that we had, or the thing that we had to overcome, was inertia. Because people usually stick to tried and tested brands that they buy in this industry. Our first brief to the agency was we want to be top of mind. By the same point of time, build some kind of preference, and we told them these are a list of features, how our product quality is far better. We want to talk about it. But last but not the least, need to build distinctiveness. In this industry, the market leader is a behemoth, almost a 50% market share. And all our learnings also told us that whatever you try and do gets attributed to the market leader because the market leader is so big. So be very different is the way we actually briefed our agency. And kudos to them, they've come out with a fantastic idea. It's called Naye Zamane Ka Naya Paint. It not only encapsulates the let's say, hardcore product reasons that our product is better in X or Y or Z. But since it's Naye Zamane Ka Naya Paint, there's also an emotive reason of saying, hey, why don't you shift to something which is modern, something new? Why are you stuck in the past? So it kind of gives you a nudge like that. So that's the way the entire campaign has been crafted, Naye Zamane Ka Naya Paint. And what I love about it, and Leo Burnett, who's our agency, now they're called Leo, but they've done a fabulous job. Because they took the biggest Achilles heel we had, saying you are new, why would somebody trust you? Why didn't you? Because you're not here. Other brands are here for the last, as I said, 70 odd years. They said, can I turn the weakness into strength? And that's what's happened with Naye Zamane Ka Naya Paint.
Well, I think you've showcased the features and the guarantees your paint provides in an absolutely cheeky and irreverent manner with very youthful energy in there. So what key consumer insights helped you shape this campaign?
First, as I was mentioning, there's a lot of inertia. Why should I try a new brand? Why should I risk, let someone else do it? Let me see over the first few years whether I should shift to this brand. So that was the biggest insight we kind of drew from our consumer research. Second thing we realized is that while everyone buys paints, people get their houses done, but most folks did not know about features on the paint product. So in all our conversations, in all our researches, very few folks went beyond just the shade. But the fact that, this paint has better coverage, or this paint has higher warranty, this paint has better gloss, you'll not get scratch marks, the color won't fade. Many of them didn't know about it. So that was an opportunity. Last but not the least, I think folks, which is a common known factor, humor is something that kind of cuts across all age groups. And it's a way through which you kind of communicate and it gets accepted. So these are some of the insights we drew and we used for our campaign.
Well, you're absolutely right. The campaigns with Rashmika Mandana and Vicky Kaushal are absolutely humorous, and they combine with strong messaging that always resonates with audiences, especially even more so the IPL audience. So can you talk to us about the production, the creative process, the execution, and how it all came together?
The creative idea I talked about, Naye Zamane Ka Naya Paint, basis which the entire strat got constructed. The good thing about it is it hits both head and heart at the same time. And that's what you want in any kind of a marketing campaign. The executions were equally interesting as a journey. We've launched 4 executions because we wanted to kind of get a campaign feel on it as opposed to a single odd creative. And we've taken a variety of situations. So you have someone who's in a store and a conversation kickstarts. You have someone who's just somebody who visits someone's house and starts commenting on how the house is looking so nice, or a conversation between two neighbors on a rooftop. So everyday situations which build relevance. And the humor comes from the fact that in that conversation, there's always someone who's, let's say, for Birla Opus and someone who's for going with the tried and tested. And as the conversation continues, the person who's with Birla Opus gives various reasons, logically thought out, examples, product features of why Birla Opus makes sense. But the person who wants to go with tried and tested has no reason to give, and hence visually there's a drama that happens that the person who has no reason to give keeps on aging backward and backward and backward. So that's the way executions were planned, which is we've kind of gone through. We took 2 of the most loved celebrities, like you mentioned, Rashmika and Vicky, for these executions, because also they kind of fitted with the brand ethos of Naye Zamane Ka Naya Paint, and they are the new faces of, let's say, Bollywood and the Indian cinema industry. So that's the way the executions were constructed. From a media strategy lens, it's a full 360. So we've made executions that's, of course, going on linear TV, HD or SD. We've made the same executions are also going on the entire digital platforms, be it connected TV, be it OTT or sheer mobile or the display networks. Print is also there in it. Radio is also there in it. Out of home, which is your outdoors, are also there in it. And not to mention what we're discussing right now, IPL, so impact properties like cricket, music, so all have been targeted.
Well, that was a very fun campaign indeed, the humorous ones. And now let's shift focus to the Indian Colors League. Right before the first match, we saw Purplish Panga. We had KKR and RCB come together, the colors of their jerseys combined to give us a new shade. Is there going to be a shade card of 37 tournaments in this particular IPL? And talk us through the creation of this entire idea.
Yeah, I mean, this is something we're really happy with, and I think the JioStar, the Jio Hotstar team and us worked together on it. So kudos to them. It was one of their brainchilds and a really well done campaign. Like I was telling you, our entire campaign thought is Naye Zamane Ka Naya Paint. It's about the new age thinking, right? So cricket, as always, is about rivalries between two teams, right? So both the teams are, and most of the time you'll see that what's also been shown creatively is you kind of maximize the rivalry. There's a bit of banter as to who's going to win, and a lot of creative, let's say, ideas have been generated like that. We said since we are Naye Zamane Ka Naya Paint, we got to be slightly different, slightly new age. And the fact of the matter is, while two teams are playing and both want to be winners, the real winner is sports. We said that's a wonderful idea. Because while, yes, there is rivalry, but there's also creativity, unity, celebration, because you kind of enjoy the match. And can we go ahead and own that? And from there came the Indian Colors League idea. The metaphor that we use, because we are in the business of colors, and each of the franchisee teams in the cricket, the teams that are playing, they are kind of associated with one or two colors. And when they kind of clash, that's a celebration. The match happens, a celebration. Can the colors also clash? And can a new shade emerge out of that we can celebrate? And that's how Purplish Panga and the other matches have come through. And yes, we're going to have all 37 matches that we're kind of going and doing Indian Colors League on. We'll have 37 different shades coming through, which is a celebration of the match that's happening. So be it KKR, Bangalore, or the other teams.
Now, additional reasons to look forward to these matches.
Absolutely.
What unique shades they combine to create. Going beyond the IPL, is the Indian Colors League going to be an always-on property?
We would, I think, would love to do that. The initial response has been quite good. It's gaining traction. Conversations have started already. So we would love to kind of build it into a long-term IP and keep working with IPL on this Indian Colors League.
Now, how does the combination of Naye Zamane Ka Naya Paint and ICL strengthen your brand's positioning?
Yeah, like I was mentioning, because it's a new take on cricket. So it's not just about rivalries, but it's also about the celebration of two teams coming together. So I might be a KKR fan, and I'm rooting for KKR, but I'm not anti-RCB as well. So when I mean that's again a consumer insight we kind of unearthed. So when I'm watching the match, yes, I would like my team to win, but at the end of the day, I'm enjoying the match. And what better way to do it than the two colors coming together? And it's a new way of thinking. It's a Naye Zamane Ka thinking, not a traditional thinking. So that's the way we're kind of connecting the two at an idea level, but more so at an execution level. It's about the two colors, because each team represents a color coming together, forming a new shade. So at two levels is the way we are kind of looking at the integration between IPL and India Colors.
And take us through the ideation and the entire production of these exciting campaigns. I'm sure there was some fun behind the scenes moments.
It was a lot of hard work, a lot of stress, sweat, blood before the campaign, because like I was mentioning, there was 4 executions that we kind of main executions we were crafting, along with 6 celebrities. So it's a quite a complex network. So of course, Vicky Kaushal and Rashmika, fabulous job, and they really did wonderful work. One can see that. But we also had Neena Gupta, we had Saurabh Shukla, Gajraj Rao, and Supriya Pathak, who did a fabulous job out there. Just managing all of them together, frame by frame. In 4 days, we shot 4 commercials. with 6 of them, along with on the sides a BTS, a behind the scene kind of shoot, along with a static shoot, along with AI-led videos. So we kind of managed all of that. Despite it was a complex affair, we managed all of that through really good planning.
All right. And apart from the scheduling, did you face any other unexpected production challenges that you had to tackle?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, it was just at the fag end of monsoons, and I remember one of those days it was raining so bad, we thought perhaps we'll have to call off the shoot. But somehow, again, kudos to Chrome Productions, who was doing this for us. They somehow figured out some way or the other to make it happen, to manage it. Yeah.
What aspects of these campaigns do you think are striking the biggest chord with audiences?
I think, firstly, I think the idea itself resonates because it is more forward-looking, futuristic. It's about tomorrow, today and tomorrow, as opposed to the past. Second, I think the humor that's built in is resonating, so people are finding it funny. We are picking up the conversations on social media that we do social listening on, and people are talking about it, which helps us. Of course, Vicky and Rashmika are really big celebrities, so I think they're giving us a massive amount of cut through. That's working as well. So these are some of the elements that are kind of people are liking. Last but not the least, I think given the format of IPL, you need snazzy, snappy 20-seconder, 25-seconder kind of a content. And the construct of these creatives are exactly like that, as opposed to being long form content. So I think it's kind of, a lot of things are coming together for giving us a success.
Almost like a reel that everyone likes to scroll through.
True.
So they're already being talked about, they sparked conversations, these campaigns. How do you see that impacting your brand recall and engagement?
Oh, we are seeing that very well. So we do there are a variety of measures. So we measure search volumes, organic search volumes, so they are going up. We have a brand track, which we do. So our overall saliency measures are going up. Our social conversations on internet, the social listening that we do, those are going up. So through a variety of measures, we are seeing brand gaining traction. It's entering into conversations that are happening on digital as well as offline in real world. So we're seeing that happening day in and day out. So yeah, for now it seems to be working.
And you gain exclusive visibility by partnering with JioHotstar during peak moments of the IPL matches. How do you see this opportunity translating for you?
Oh, no, we were absolutely delighted with it, and thanks to the JioHotstar team. This is a wonderful, wonderful platform. Being part of this, being present in the first 5 overs gives us that kind of visibility and reach at scale that we always wanted to have. Not to mention the credibility that IPL offers. So a big thank you to them, and we're just loving it.
And also, a campaign like this definitely creates excitement between your key stakeholders, such as your dealers and your partners. How do you see this campaign impacting those relationships and sales?
They're also getting strengthened. So our conversations, let's say, that happen with our ecosystem, be it, let's say, our business partners, our dealers, or be it even painters and contractors. We can see an improvement of both conversations and engagement with them, because at the end of the day, as I said, IPL cuts across, or cricket and IPL cut across every spectrum of society and every geography in India. So they are also viewers. They're also, they're kind of in front of their screens day in, day out watching it, and they see a lot of advertisement and some of these integrations like Indian Colors League happening there, and they kind of getting a sense, hey, this is a very good brand and it's doing really well, and consumers are accepting it. Product features are fabulous. I need to sell more of it, or I need to apply more of it. So it's helping us.
It's great to see your excitement. It's so fantastic to see the positive impact this campaign's having and the partnerships having. And I think it's going to be an absolute winner for you.
Fingers crossed. So far, the results have been good, and hoping it continues.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for joining us today at the studios, Inderpreet. I think you've definitely added color to our episode here at JioHotstar Brand Spotlight. It was great conversing with you.
Thank you so much for having me, Shilpa. Really wonderful today talking to you.
Thank you. It was an absolute pleasure. And thank you so much for joining us. And until the next episode, this is me, Shilpa Ratnam, signing off.
The JioHotstar Brand Spotlight is is on Birla Opus.